What's up, Pokemon players? Today we are going to cover my post-rotation Shadow Rider deck. The current format is Sword and Shield based to Evolving Skies, and this is the list I've been playing with. So let's take a look at it. I do play the standard 4-4 line of our main attacker Shadow Rider, and then a 2-2 line of Alcremie Vmax. Gmax Whisk allows us to take big one-hit KOs toward the end of a game. Otherwise, we're early to mid-game attacking with Shadow Rider, usually. From there, we have one Cresselia for energy acceleration early on, and then mid to late game we can hit for 120 for 2 energy with Photon Laser. We do have one Galarian Articuno for 3 energy. We can snipe for 120. This is pretty good to end games a lot of the time by sniping bench Pokemon with damage on them. We have a one of Necrozma V for the special laser attack. As long as there's a special energy on it, for 3 energy we can hit for 220. This is very helpful against Zamazenta V and other walls such as Glaceon Vmax. So we do play the 2 horror energy for that. I do play a one of the promo Shadow Rider for the Hollow Binding, pretty much for the same reason. For 3 energy it can hit for 130. Comes in handy against like Glaceon Vmax and Zamazenta. Otherwise it's pretty standard. 4 Evolution Incense, 4 Fog Crystals, 4 Quick Balls for maximum efficiency. This is not a perfect list. I do want to add in a 4th Stadium at some point to counter Path to the Peak. A lot of Ice Rider decks are playing 4 Path to the Peaks, which shuts down our Shadow Rider Vmax ability, which is very important for us to continue drawing and setting up the game. So I'm just not sure what to cut yet, but I do want 4 Training Courts. I would also like to add a 4th Marnie, but again, I'm just not sure what to cut yet. So let me know in the comments if you have any ideas. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get into some games. Alright, so our first game here is against Rapid Strike Urshifu, which is weak to Psychic, but we are playing against a pre-rotation deck, so they do have the Jirachi ability to shut down their Psychic weakness, so it's not going to be an auto win. They do have a good chance here. Unfortunately, we start with Necrozma V in the active, but we do play 2 switch cards and 3 balloons to help us get out of there. We need to set up some Shadow Riders so that we can evolve into them on turn 2 and then use our Underworld Door ability to draw through our deck and set up our game. So that's what I do. I was checking the deck to see what I had in there. Able to get a Shadow Rider V down. Quick Ball again. I quick ball away Ordinary Rod. I'm just going to have to do without it this game. I do go ahead and attach Horror Energy to Necrozma V, since that's pretty much what it is in the deck for, and I set up with Crobat V for more cards, and I'm able to end my turn after benching an Alcremie V. Our opponent plays Tower of Water, gives his Dark types a free retreat, I believe, and he finds Air Balloon for his Jirachi for free retreat, and he does already have Jirachi GX in play, so he has shut down our advantage with Psychic typing. He is able to bench a Sobble and Quick Ball for his Rapid Strike Urshifu V. Energy Spinner for an energy, attach and pass to us. We draw into Alcremie Vmax, so we can go ahead and evolve into that. And here I debate charging up Necrozma V more, but I decide not really necessary. Research into a new hand, Evolution Incense into a Vmax, and now we can begin using Underworld Door to accelerate energy and set up the rest of our game. We do get the Stadium, so I go ahead and use that to put an energy back into my hand / deck. Looks like I'm debating benching another Shadow Rider, but I decide to go ahead and bench Cresselia, attach to Cresselia, switch into it, and start accelerating. And I decide to attach to Alcremie Vmax, just spreading my energy around, not making anything too big of a target here. He Marnies us into a pretty good hand, honestly. He's able to set up another Rapid Strike Urshifu and gets Drizzle to search for whatever trainer card he wants. He's going to grab Quick Ball, likely for Crobat V. Quick Ball's away, energy, yep, for Crobat V to draw into 4 more cards. Level Ball, grabbing another Sobble, and he's setting up very nicely. It's looking pretty good, but he decides to go ahead and concede the game. Not sure why, as he did have Psychic Weakness shut down with his Jirachi, but we'll go ahead and take it. The second game is now against a Tyranitar V deck, which is Dark type, which we are weak to. So it's going to be difficult for us, and again, unfortunately, we start with Necrozma V in the active. But again, we played 2 switch cards and 3 balloons. We've Fog Crystal for Shadow Rider to begin setting that up to evolve into Vmax on our next turn. Right here, I can grab Crobat V to draw for more cards, but it's only going to give us 2 or 3 cards, and I do have Research in hand for next turn. So I decide to go ahead and bench another Shadow Rider V so that we can evolve into at least 2 of those next turn. I attach to one of the Shadow Riders. Of note, Necrozma V has a 3 energy retreat, so Air Balloon alone is not enough to retreat. I believe I make that mistake in this game. So I learned that. Dark City Stadium gives his darkness types a free retreat, and he Marnies us into a new hand. There's his Tyranitar V single strike. And he benches a grass type, which is ultimately going to evolve into something that gives him an extra 40 hit points to V-type Pokemon. So we Fog Crystal into another Shadow Rider V. We're able to instance evolution into the Vmax, and we can Professor's Research into a whole new hand of 7. So we use Evolution Instance to thin before using Underworld Door. Able to trade out stadiums there. Underworld Door, accelerate energy onto the Vmax, and then again onto the other Vmax. Now here I attach Air Balloon to the active, not realizing it's a 3 energy retreat cost, so I'm still stuck in the active. That was a lesson learned. So I have to go ahead and pass my turn back to him. And he's kind of in a dead hand, just attaches and passes back to me. I'm able to evolve into Alcremie Vmax, and here I have the choice to just kind of keep drawing until I find a switch card or Marnie us both out of our dead hands. So I decide to go ahead and do that because I don't want to play a boring game. So with that, we find Quick Ball. I discard energy knowing that I can get it back with Stadium. Crobat V into 3 more cards. And then I grab the energy with the Stadium, Underworld Door, accelerate energy, and draw more cards. I do find the switch and an Air Balloon. So I'm going to attach to remains to be seen. I don't remember. Okay, Underworld Door, accelerate energy onto the other Vmax. So I almost have 2 of those ready to go. And then I'm going to manually attach to the 3rd Shadow Rider. Switch into Crobat V. I know I can't really take any significant knockouts, so I promote a free retreater, and if it does get knocked out, it's not the biggest deal ever. It's probably the least costly loss if my Crobat V does get knocked out. He's able to evolve into his Stage 1 Grass type, which gives his Tyranitar V an extra 40 hit points. And then he evolves into Houndoom, which gives him an ability to accelerate energy onto his Tyranitar V, but when he accelerates energy in that way, he takes 2 damage counters. Tool scraps away both my balloons, which is kind of unfortunate. Finds a balloon himself, free retreats into Tyranitar, manually attaches and knocks out Crobat V. Takes 2 prizes. I did attach 1 energy to Alcremie V earlier, knowing that it'll just take a manual attachment to attack with it. So I do have the knockout here. It's just kind of debating in what way do I want to take the knockout, and do I want to keep this hand or try to continue drawing through the deck into things I need. And I don't honestly remember what I decided to do. Looks like I quick ball, grab out Alcremie V. So I thinned out an Alcremie V, and then I did decide to go ahead and draw further into the deck to continue setting up my game. Able to find another Vmax. I go ahead and underroll door, accelerate energy twice here. And now I have plenty of energy in play for Alcremie Vmax's Gmax Whisk attack, so I should definitely be able to one-hit KO this Tyranitar, which has 230 plus 40 is 270, minus 20 is 250. So I have to at least discard 5 energy in order to take a knockout here. I leave 1 energy on Alcremie Vmax just in case I need to Gmax Whisk again next turn. Very likely. Take my 2 prizes, and now we wait to see what our opponent does. He's gonna need another Tyranitar V in play. Marnies us down into 4 cards. Luckily we find 2 Psychic Energy, so we will be able to underroll door pretty far into our deck and find whatever we should need. He accelerates energy twice with his Houndoom abilities, but he does have to take 4 damage counters due to that. And he just goes ahead and attacks with his Houndour. So here I make a mistake. I put right now I only have 6 cards in deck and a boss's orders. So if I just underroll door 3 times, I can find my boss's orders guarantee. But I put my 2 energy back into my deck and basically messed up there, because now there's a chance I don't find my boss's orders to take out his Tyranitar V. So I do my 3 underroll doors. There's 2. And right here I'm pretty much realizing that I made a big mistake. Praying that I've drawn to my boss's orders here. And fortunately I do fortunately I do find it. So I can take the knockout again with Gmax Whisk. So that was another lesson learned there. Should have underrolled doored into boss's orders prior to ordinary rotting energy back into the deck. Right here, the Tyranitar has 230, plus 40 is 270, minus 40 is 230, so I only need to hit for 240 for a knockout. So I get rid of 4 energies and I'm able to hit 240 there for 2 more prizes. And I did leave 1 Vmax Shadow Rider with 2 energy on it, just in case I need to attack with that one in case I get knocked out here. Fortunately, he goes ahead and concedes there, so we were able to take down a pretty cool dark deck. Kind of clunky though, so luckily that did afford us the win there, but very cool deck by my opponent, and it was our weakness. So cool that we were able to take that down. This turn we go first. This is against a Rapid Strike Jumpluff deck, and we do get to start with Shadow Rider Vs for once, as opposed to our Necrozma V. So our opponent starts with Remoraid in the active, but has a pretty good setup here. He already has 2 Cherubies in play. That's going to eventually evolve into Jumpluff, which is his main attacker. Of note, Cherubi only has 40 hit points, so Astral Barrage, the 3 energy attack by regular Shadow Rider V, can take out two of those if he doesn't evolve quickly. So we're able to find Cresselia, manually attach to it, and then fortunately we do find our switch to switch in switch it into the active to accelerate energy, and we are able to bench pretty much everything we need. We have 3 Shadow Rider Vs on the deck, plus Alcremie V, and we accelerate 3 energy onto our Shadow Rider V. So we have a very good setup this game. Always nice when we're able to accelerate energy on our first turn, going second with Cresselia that way. So he evolves into Skiploom. It has an ability, if he attaches energy, he can then find a Jumpluff to immediately accelerate evolution into Jumpluff. Crobat V, he does put down a Crobat V, which is worth 2 prizes, so that's going to be a nice target for us to ultimately afford us a win, since he is playing with single prize attackers. Jumpluff has an ability, it can attack twice in a turn. And it has a tool on it that does 50, his attacks do 50 more damage for each energy attached to our active Pokemon. I think I said that wrong. I don't actually know what that tool does. But anyways, we're able to replace Stadium. I think we quick-balled an Alcremie there. I'm kind of getting ahead of myself. I think we quick-balled Alcremie there just to thin. We attach to the active and then go ahead and draw into 7 new cards. I decide to Vmax evolve into the one that doesn't have a fully charged Astral Barrage attack, but I did it manually attach to Cresselia because it is a 1 prize attacker. So, and it hits for 120 at this point. So if he return KOs us, it's only worth 1 prize, not a big deal. I'm able to evolve into Alcremie Vmax, and at this point I have 2 Vmax Calyrider or Shadow Riders in play. I can very easily charge up that 3rd Shadow Rider V's Astral Barrage attack if needed, if the opportunity arises that I can take a double knockout with that attack. Now of note here, I do have a Horror Energy on my active Cresselia, so if he attacks into me, he's going to take 20 damage, which does become relevant in this matchup. He benches a Hoppip with 40 hit points, so the Astral Barrage attack is looking pretty spicy. I have pretty much everything in my hand that I think I would need for next turn. I don't know if there's any energy in the discard to pull out with the Stadium. He goes ahead and benches another Remoraid, which is definitely going to help the efficacy of his setup. He attaches to his benched Hoppip, which is a mistake as we will see, and he is going to take 40 damage by knocking out my Cresselia with the Horror Energy on it, so his active Jumpluff is left with 50 hit points. I know that I have the chance to Astral Barrage here for 2 prizes, so I go ahead and manually attach the Horror Energy, and I do find I am able to take Psychic out of the discard due to the knocked out Cresselia. Double accelerate with the Vmax. I draw into the Air Balloon for free retreat, even though I technically kind of still had it with the escape rope. And since it's put 2, it's choose 2 and put 5 damage counters, so I would have had it either way, even if I didn't find the Air Balloon. But I did just find the Air Balloon for free retreat, so I get to save my escape rope, and I do take 2 prizes there. One on the benched Hoppip with energy on it, and the active attacker that he had up. He goes ahead and benches Rapid Strike Pissimian, evolves, attaches energy, able to evolve again into Jumpluff, puts Scroll of Swirls on his Remoraid, and benches another Hoppip. So again, he's kind of repeating his same mistake from last turn. If he attacks twice into my Horror Energy, he's going to be left with 50 hit points again, and I'm going to take a double knockout with Astral Barrage again. So his deck is playing pretty well, honestly. I just kind of got fortunate with all my my horror energy attachments. The 2 I play in the deck came in super clutch. So right here, he knows if he attacks again, I'm just going to take a double knockout. So he decides to just go ahead and forego his second attack and pass the turn back over to me, which is kind of funny. Luckily, I do have Okay, so we got some Plasma Storm, some Darkness Blaze, and some uncommon chests. So let's open some uncommon chests, see what we can get. Sometimes you can get some good things out of these. Back when Shaman EX was good, I actually got a Shaman EX out of one of these one time. And honestly, all these are going to be cool to me. Wow, that seems pretty good. I haven't played in like 2 years, honestly, so I don't know a bunch about this game anymore. But that stadium seemed really good. Does that leave after rotation? Dugtrio, Rapid Strike. Okay, good. That's enough uncommon chests. Let's go ahead and open the Darkness Ablaze. Hopefully we can get some sort of ultra rare in this bonus pack opening clip. If not, oh well. There's always the next video. What do we get? Gothitelle. Not cool. Piers. I'll read it later. Okay, this is actually really cool. Plasma Storm packs are really old, really rare, very cool. I'm glad they put these on the ladder. I don't exactly remember what ultra rares you get out of this pack, but I know there was a lot of cool ones in the Plasma packs. Squirtle, common. That's not a good sign. Let's see what we can get here. Oh, we do get a ultra rare. Very cool. Articuno EX. Team Plasma. Awesome. So we did get an ultra rare. Very cool. What a good way to end the video. So if you guys liked the video, go ahead and like and subscribe. I will definitely be posting more Pokemon content in the future. But I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching.